Hey everybody, I want to do this video about why a lot of people want to stay single. Okay, so I'm just going to play this very brief clip, this video, and then I'm going to go ahead and give you a little story time. Okay, so let's go ahead and check this out. She's got a hard truth for us for 53-year-olds. Looks pretty good, 53. Okay, so here we go, and let's have the conversation. Some hard truths from a 53-year-old. People who are not treating you well are not going to treat you any better if you work harder. There is never, ever a perfect time to do the thing that you want to do because we are not going to live forever. Your body is definitely going to repay you for how you treat it when you're young. Please stop hiding your age because we're all really lucky to be getting older. Nothing is as important as any of us are making it, so stop making big issues over small things. When you have conflict with someone, 9 times out of 10, that person's already told you who they are. People you're surrounding yourself with will always impact how you're showing up in the world. Wow. Some truths from a 53-year-old. People who are not treating you well are not going to treat you any better if you work hard. That part right there. There is never, ever a perfect time to do the thing that you want to do because we are not going to live forever. Your body is definitely going to repay you for how you treat it when you're young. Please stop hiding your age because we're all really lucky to be getting older. Nothing is as important as any of us are making it, so stop making big issues over small things. When you have conflict with someone, 9 times out of 10, that person's already told you that part right there. So, this lady, nice looking, cute little Barbie doll, little blonde, short haircut, got it going on, cute little figure. And even before I had met her, I thought, wow, she looks put together. She's a very attractive female. And she just seemed to have like a kind of a standoffish, cold kind of aura. And I thought, what's the deal with her? Maybe it's just one of those things. And then I began to see that was pretty much her norm, that, that's who the lady was. So, um, I don't know if you've seen that series called Gangs of London. And long story short, they're in the kind of underworld. And so one of the guys, a character, Finn, he's a top dog. He and his wife, they've been in the game for they're like in their 60s. So next thing you know, he steals like 1 point whatever $billion from these people. And of course, they find out about it and they're not having it. And they, punch his ticket. And the family's in mourning and all that. They have a funeral. And it's not until after the funeral they find out that, guess what? He already has a younger woman. The younger woman is pregnant with his baby. He had bought a, 37 or $27 million yacht and even purchased an own island. And people that knew him, they already knew that, guess what? He had planned on leaving his entire family and leaving them to clean up that mess. Again, stole over $1 billion. And this money was taken from, gangsters. The kind that, not the street corner, but the kind that drives a Rolls Royce. That kind of gangster. Okay? So they found out and they punched his ticket. But the fact is, he had a plan, and the wife found out later that, guess what? Out of all of that, he had a plan to just run off with that young mistress, have that baby, and just leave them with no money, just gone. Y'all clean up this mess. He was going to be out of there. And sure, that's just television, but TV comes from real life. So back to the lady that I'm referring to, it was something similar because it's been like a little update. I mentioned her before on the channel. Basically, she and her husband, they've been married. Ooh, I'm gonna say maybe close to, I guess, married very young. So maybe like over 30 something years, somewhere in there. Been married a very, very long time. They have one child. So he was a businessman, and of course she worked in an office, but she did transfer a job. So she had transferred to a job, but the job was like maybe like 2 hours away, and that's a bad commute. So what she did, long story short, she decided to go ahead and rent a room from someone that she knew that was like, oh my gosh, maybe 30 minutes away. And she would come home on the weekends. Okay, come home on the weekends. Again, very cold disposition. Can you hardly get a smile? And I thought, she's very attractive and cute little size, never smile. No, unhappy aura. And now I realized
is what she was going through. So her husband, he became terminally ill and he was hospitalized. So he knew he was not going to be coming out of the hospital, okay? They already told him what's going on. She got a call from the lawyer. The lawyer called and told her, and we're talking about within days, okay? Days of his death. He called him and tried to go ahead and, let's say, I know we had like a life insurance policy and some other little financial situation going on. He called the lawyer and tried and had him show up there and said he wanted to sign some papers to get her name off of it. This is their family attorney. To get her name off the documents, and the lawyer said, no, I convinced him not to do it. As she said, when you have conflict with someone, they've pretty much told you who they are. So, turns out her husband, all this came out in the wash. It's just like people when we have those videos and you see like, oh no, this man has robbed or killed somebody. He's got a rap sheet. And then you look up, he's got his mom standing by him. He's got his wife or his baby mother standing by him. You're like, he got a woman in his life and this man does all this crime. Yeah, that's who he is. But see, people, when they see that, it's okay until the man turns on them and then he goes upside their head with Smith and Wesson. Then it's like, oh my God, look what he did. Oh, I gotta get out of here. Oh my God, you can't believe it. No, 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 no. They knew who that man was, but as long as it wasn't affecting them, they were okay. He's not doing it to me. The big picture is that's who that person is. Her husband, in this case here, he was cheating his business partners, cheating them out of money. Yes, indeed, he was. Now, whether she knew or not, don't know. But he was cheating his business partners, lying out of money, tens of, I was told it reached six figures that he'd been cheating them out of. He was also cheating on her. And it got to the point, it's like she knew about the business, but then he started pushing her out. But people think, well, that's just in business, it's not me. No, that's what that person is. Just like he was cheating business partners, he was also cheating on her. When he died, she got phone calls from 3 or 4 different women calling the house wanting to know when's the funeral for Barry. Girlfriends calling the wife, asking when the funeral. You're pretty bold, aren't you? They knew her name. She didn't know them. They called her on the home phone. And she had, yes, they called her on the home phone. Showed up at the funeral because she told them about it. And it was like, what? And they were letting her know they were his girlfriends and knew all about her. She became so angry. She decided to go ahead and sell her wedding ring, that big rock girl surrounded by those other diamonds. People are who they are in business and in their personal lives. Went to go sell the ring, the big rock that's in the center. And this was an upgraded ring because they got married when they were like in their 20s. So this was an upgraded ring that she went with them to pick out. Yeah, I got a little problem with that. Went to go sell it, couldn't get much because they told him she was told that the rock in the center was not real. So no, the rock in the center is not real. Fast forward, she goes back to the place, and they're like, "This rock that you have in the center, the rock that you had, has been taken out, and he put in some cubic zirconium, and he sold it for the money." And they had a little spat, and so she stopped wearing her ring for a minute. So she's thinking it must have happened during that time. You think, no, probably so. Happened during that time. The little spat went down. People show you who they are, how they are in their other aspects of their lives. That's who that person is. It's like the woman, she dates a married man, and then she's like, he's going to be true to me. We were in love, girl. The wife thought the same thing. The chick before you thought the same thing. So here she is. And I think, too, I say, given some things I've heard that's developed, I kind of figured maybe that's why she took that job. She said, well, it's paying more money, but that could have been her escape too, to go ahead and work someplace else. That way, only coming home on the weekends, okay? And then that Monday through Friday, she would go ahead and stay at that other residence, okay, that she was renting out a room, a couple $100 a month. So it worked out fine. So girlfriend's calling. He done took the main rock diamond out of your ring. And the lawyer tells you that within days of his death, he called him in and tried to change paperwork. Why? He didn't want her name on the life insurance policy or the other money that he had left. And the lawyer said, I just told him not to do it. You've been together all this time. He tried to take her name off. Now, she was hearing things about him, and she didn't, maybe didn't want to believe it. Fast forward, his death pops up. Whole lot comes out in the wash. Keep in mind, wants her name off the financial aspect. He ran up a whole bunch of bills. She didn't know it. You're like, well, she's come home on the weekend, she can check the mail. He had the mail going to the office. So when the business found out that he had been stealing from them, they were wanting to file legal charges, even trying to charge her, which was like, that's his spouse. That didn't work, but they tried. They forward the mail. A whole lot of bills he ran up. Heard he was being disrespectful, talking to her crazy, had been doing a cheating thing. Oh, and he was like Johnny Taylor. Everything was out in the open. So I said, well, that makes sense for her to say, hey, I'm going to take a job over here. That way I'm only home on the weekends. That makes sense. And she didn't say that she didn't know about it. She just didn't know the number. She knew over the years that's what he did. But she didn't know that this guy had like a whole little crew. He had a whole little crew set up. Why do you think they had the home telephone number? They heard he was dead. He was that he was dead. He gotten out. Why? The girlfriends even knew some of his friends. Yeah, he was fronting them around just like that. So then you stop and think about it. It's like, wow. So at the funeral, it was very awkward because people knew the names of some of the faces that she didn't even know. And it was like, wow, I didn't go. Of course, they know it like that. But it was really awkward because people were like, oh my God, is someone going to pop off? Is this one going to say anything? How's she going to respond to it? Everybody already knew. It was like Kim, Tammy, Becky, Sarah, they already knew. And the wife just walking in, all she knew was she got phone calls. And it was like, it was crazy. So your whole life, you think you know somebody, you live in a lie. Or people can change up on you, live in a lie. Life insurance. The life insurance policy. Guess what? He'd been cashed the main policy in whole life. When it was all said and done. Don't forget, sitting up here, you got a whole heap of bills that he has run up, credit card bills. And it's in both their names, so, hey, she's responsible too. When she cashed the life insurance policy in, all she got was $10,000. I guess that'll cover the funeral. All she got was it was like close to, rounding up, like 9,893, something like that. So just under $10,000, that's what she got. Now she's left with a fake ring. The main diamond is out of it. Shame, embarrassment. Other people knew all about this. Fake ring. Now left with credit card debt. The theft charge. He's dead, so I guess that's over. But they were trying to come after her. But that didn't stick. All this time living a lie. The anger, the embarrassment, the hurt. And that's why I said, wow, even in the end, when people show you who they are, that is so true. They're telling you, you might want to believe them. And we've all done it. Oh, give a person a second chance, be it your personal, your friendships, your family. When people show you, it's best to believe them. And I thought about it, and it was like, so it was enough drama with this guy during the marriage. It's been drama during the marriage. Turns out, she's pretty much paid for the nice home that they have. And she took her 401k and pretty much took money from that to pay it off. She'd been making the notes. Because, he was in business and things sometimes get slow in business. It's not a guaranteed check in business. And I thought, wow. You look at it, there was no upside. And that's why I said, it's a pretty attractive woman, cute little figure, girl, little Barbie doll. Sad. Can hardly get a smile. It's the effect that her husband had on her, what she was dealing with. And then look at the end. Left with embarrassment. No, there's no upside. 10,000 is gonna probably pay for that funeral for that lousy bum. The embarrassment, people seeing you and people watching. Besides that, they're watching you and the girlfriend because all those folk, a lot of them already knew. His friends already knew. Oh yeah, that's Pam. That's Sarah. Kind of awkward. You wonder why people want to stay single? Sometimes there's so much toxicity out there. They don't want to deal with it. Is it worth the gamble? I would then going through all of that, and now you left with some bills. And all I can say, maybe it's good for her that he went first, because if she had gone first, I promise you, if she had gone first, I thought about it, he probably would have got her life insurance money. Oh, he probably would have got her life insurance money and been tricking it off on those women. You wonder why people want to stay single? You can learn from others. And it's like, wow, it's just so much toxic behavior out there. Everybody's trying to, get over on somebody. What was the upside? She pretty much paid for the house. Most of the payments came out of her pocket. And all he's doing is in his business, stealing from them. He was stealing from his wife and stealing from the business. Your business partner, that's like a second marriage. You're in bed together. Your financial security depends on it. Stealing from the business, stealing from his wife. And people say, oh, well, that's different. No, when people, and this lady, she's right about the part about conflict. I totally agree. When you're in conflict with someone, what is she saying?
When you have conflict with someone, 9 times out of 10, that person's already told you who they are.
Mm-hmm. He's talking all mean to her, gallivanting around town with the women. And maybe you didn't know who they were particularly, but you knew that they were there. That's who the person is. A toxic person. You wonder why people want to stay single? They don't want to deal with. It's not worth it. When you look at that, a toxic marriage, and then the toxicity that goes after that, would have been time to leave. And it does affect her outlook on the world. Why? She dealing with all of that. Dealing with all of that. And you're pretty woman, Debbie Downer. Why? It's the man in her relationship. It's that marriage that's got her. You wonder why people should then deal with that. I would choose, if it's A, single, B, married, I'm going to choose A. Be like those ladies that going on all these trips, having a good time. Drama in life and drama in death. You've paid for your own house pretty much. He left you with debt and embarrassment and hurt and shame. You wonder why people rather be single? If it's going to be like that, it's not worth it. And think, all those years. Wow. All those years married to that clown. And that's why she's walking around pretty, but always has a frown. She's always seemed sad. Can we get a smile? Even a compliment. Can we get a smile? What she's dealing with.
People you're surrounding yourself with will always impact how you're showing up in the world.
And she surround herself with Dusty Dan, a cheating, conniving, lying, no good for man. That's how she was. I thought about that. That's why her disposition was the way it was. It's like, cute girl, little Barbie doll. I mean, cute figure, attractive, pretty face, always just down. So all that came out, I understood. Understood. Don't let people take your power. If it's not working, sometimes, I'm not going to say something. I'm going to say, in my opinion, all the time, it is better to be alone than to wish that you were. Dusties in a marriage, they bring drama, heartache, cheating, lies, and financial trauma. The financial implications, even when they're gone, you'll still be paying for that food in the nation, credit card bills. You wonder why some people rather be alone. They don't want to deal with the drama. There's so much toxicity out there. Some are too scared to take a chance. So when people show you who they are in the beginning, you kind of see that little dust sprinkling up. Okay, keep looking. Oh, it's some more dust coming. You wonder why people, whether stay single, whether be alone, sometimes you don't know people or people change up. So like I said, on Gangs of London, look what happened. He planned a whole new life just up and desert them. You think you know people? Nah. All you know is what they're presenting to you. Let me know your comments. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share, and I'm out.